slope or gradient. Slope or gradient of a straight line. Now, what would you mean by slope or gradient? If you remember last year, I told you that if you have a straight line on the x and the y axis, we have a straight line like this, and this angle made with the positive direction of the x-axis. Remember, positive direction is the anti-clockwise direction. The angle made with the positive direction of the axis, this angle we call it as psi, okay? Or if the line is this way, then the angle made with the positive direction of the x-axis will be this angle, okay? Any way you take it, uh, slope of the straight line is denoted by m. It is nothing but the tan of this angle psi. Okay, if you remember, this is what I told you last year. Okay, this is the definition of basic definition of slope. Now, how do you find out the slope of a straight line in which you know any 2 points? Suppose I know a point x1, y1 on this straight line, and another point say I know as x2, y2. 2 points I know on the straight line. Or if I want to find out the slope of the line joining x1, y1 and x2, y2, then how will I find out? In this case, slope, let's call this line L, slope of the line L is equal to a y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is a formula you need to remember. So if you have 2 points on the straight line, x1, y1 and x2, y2, you can find out the slope of the 2 straight lines by this formula, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. I think this also I covered last year. Okay. Next is a very important condition, which is called the condition of parallelism and perpendicularity. Okay. Condition of parallelism, first of all. Parallelism. That is, what is the condition for 2 straight lines to be parallel? If 2 straight lines are parallel, then their slopes must be equal. Suppose if the slope of this line is m1, and if the slope of this line, let's write it as slope is equal to m1, and slope of this line is equal to m2, then these two parallel lines must have equal slopes. This is not something which we had done last year. Okay, which this was removed from the syllabus actually. Okay, last year. So uh, m1 must be equal to m2. So 2 straight lines will be parallel only if their slopes are equal. So if I give you that the slope of this line is 2, m1 is equal to 2, then what will be the slope of this line? It will be 2, right? So that is as easy as this. This is the condition for parallelism. Next is the condition for perpendicularity. This is the condition for perpendicularity. A straight line and say another straight line you have that is perpendicular to this straight line. Okay, let's call this point M. Let's call this point P. Okay, so let's call this line L1. Let us call this line L2. And slope of L1 is say slope is equal to say M1, and slope of this line is say M2. Okay, then what is the relation between M1 and M2? In this case, if the two straight lines are perpendicular, then product of the slopes must be equal to -1. Or you can write this as -1 will be the negative reciprocal of the other. Okay, both the forms you need to remember. That is, if I give you the slope of this as say 3, L2 as 3, what is the slope of this? Take the reciprocal of this and with a negative sign. Is this absolutely clear? How to take the slope of the perpendicular line? If I have the slope of this as say 5/3, then what is the slope of the other line? Take the reciprocal of 5/3, 3/5, and put a negative sign. Okay, that is the opposite sign in fact. All of you can hear me properly? Or is there any disturbance? Is there any disturbance or you can hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have, suppose if I give you the slope of a straight line as say -2/5. If I give you the slope of this straight line as -2/5, say M1 is equal to -2/5 or M2 is equal to -2/5. What is the slope of the other line? M1 is equal to -1/M2, right? That is the negative reciprocal. So to first take the reciprocal of 2/5, which is 5/2. And because there's a negative sign, we change this negative sign to a positive sign. So this will be simply +5/2. Clear with this? Condition of parallelism, perpendicularity. We move on to the problems if this is clear. First one, find the slope and inclination of the line through the points this. So let A is equal to -1, -8, and let us call B as the 0.57. Therefore, slope of AB. What is the slope of AB? Say M is equal to y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So x2 minus x1. So this is 7 plus 8 divided by 5 plus 6, 5 plus 1, which is 6. This is clearly 15/6. Cancel this, which is 5/2. The slope of the line joining these two is 5/2. So this was just a small application of the slope, formula for slope. Next next question is, show that the points 6, -1, 5, 0 and 2, 3 are collinear. Collinear means that they must be on the same straight line. But here you can either see no method is mentioned here. Okay, so you can show that the area of the triangle is 0. That is one method definitely. Otherwise, if you want to use slopes, you can also do it this way. Let us call this point A as 6, -1. Let us call this point B as 5, 0. And let us call this point C as 2, 3. Okay, so you first of all we find out the slope of AB. Slope of AB, that means this is x1 y1 and this is our x2 y2. Okay, so this will be 0 minus of -1 divided by 5 minus 6. This you get as 1 by -1, which is equal to -1. Okay, let us call this slope as M1. Next, let us find out the slope of BC. That is these two. This time This is our x1, y1, and this is our x2, y2. Slope of BC, call it M2, is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is 3 by minus 3, which is equal to minus 1. Next, what we want to find out is, once we have found out the slope of AB and we have found out the slope of BC, that is, we have found, in fact, you can take in any order you want, okay? It's not necessary that you have to take in this order. Choose any two, find the slope. Then choose the next two, find the slope. And then finally choose the first and the third. That is slope of AC, M3. This time, this is our x1, y1, and this is our x2, y2. So this is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this again you get as 4 by minus 4, which is equal to minus 1. So this is what this is. What you see here is that the slopes here are equal, right? So here M1 is equal to M2 is equal to M3. That means we say that A, B, and C are collinear. Okay. This is how we use slopes to show that three lines are collinear. Fine. Otherwise, you can always use your area of triangle formula, as I have shown you earlier. They will not mention to you the method. Okay. So you can use any of the method. Number 3. The question here is, in a rectangle ABCD, slope of AB is 5 by 6. State the slope of BCCD Let's draw a rectangle. This is a rectangle ABCD. Slope of AB. Let us call the slope of AB as M1. Let us say this is 5 by 6. This is given, right? You need to state the slope of BC, CD, and AB. So BC, CD, and AD. All these slopes you need to find out. Okay, let us solve the first one. Slope of BC. Slope of BC. Now, what do you see here? BC is perpendicular to AB is perpendicular to BC, right? So therefore, what should be the slope of BC? The negative reciprocal, right? Slope of BC is equal to minus 1 by M1, which is equal to minus 1 by 5 by 6. That is the negative reciprocal, minus 6 by 5, right? So this is the slope of BC. Next, slope of CD. Now, what do you see here? AB is parallel to CD, right? Or BA is parallel to CD. BA is parallel to CD. Therefore, slope of CD must be equal to slope of AB, which is equal to M1, is equal to 5 by 6. So slope of CD is 5 by 6. Next, slope of DA or AD. So what do you see? AD is perpendicular to which line? AD is perpendicular to, this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree. So AD is perpendicular to AB. AD. Or what you can also say is, instead of taking perpendicular, you can say BC parallel to AD. BC is parallel to AD. Therefore, slope of BC we have already found out, isn't it? Slope of BC is equal to slope of AD. If you see the slope of BC above, here we have found this out to be minus 6 by 5. Therefore, that's it. Okay, as simple as this. So these are just, you can say, for your multiple choice questions. Moving on to the next problem. Number 4. In a parallelogram ABCD, slope of AB and slope of BC are given. Slope of AB is given to be minus 2, slope of BC is given to be 3 by 5. State the slopes of and then you have the question. Let us say this is your parallelogram. Slope of AB, let us call this as M1. Slope of AB is given to be -2. Slope of BC, let us call this as M2. It's given to as 3 by 5. Say the slope of, you need to find out the slope of AD. You need to find out the slope of CD. You need to find out the slope of altitude of AD. What is the altitude of AD? You drop a perpendicular here. This becomes the altitude of AD. Or you can produce this line, and you can also drop a perpendicular from here. Same thing. Okay. So either you draw this line or you draw this line. It's the same thing. Next is slope of altitude to CD. Altitude to CD. So you draw a perpendicular from here. This becomes the altitude to CD. So now let us see. First question, slope of AD. So what do you see? AD is parallel to BC, right? So therefore, slope of BC, slope of AD must be equal to slope of BC, which is equal to M2 equal to 3 by 5. So slope of AD is 3 by 5. Second question, slope of CD. BA is parallel to CD, right? Therefore, slope of CD is equal to slope of BA is equal to M1 is equal to -2, right? So answers your second question. Next is altitude to AD. So you need to find out the slope of this. Now see that if I call this as say M, see that AM is perpendicular to AB, or you can call this as M, this as M also, no problem. Okay, so AM is perpendicular to AB. AM perpendicular to AB. So therefore, what is the slope of the altitude to AD? Let us call it slope of AM. And what is AM? Altitude of AD is equal to what should be? What is the slope of AB? -2. So this should be -1 by M1, isn't it? So this should be -1 by -2, which is equal to half. Okay, so this is the slope of AM, or the altitude to AD. Next, altitude to CD. You need to find out the not the slope of this. In fact, you need to find out the slope of this. Let us call this N. So you need to find out the slope of this line, altitude to CD. So clearly, if you see BN is perpendicular to CD. BN perpendicular to CD. So therefore, what is the slope of BN? Altitude to CD is equal to slope of CD is how much? Slope of CD we have found out here, isn't it? It is -2. So it is equal to -1 by -2, which is equal to half. That's it. Or you can also say that these two are parallel, so therefore their slopes will be equal. Okay, because see, you have found out the slope to be half. AM, you can say AM parallel to CD, BN. AM parallel to BN. And therefore their slopes must be equal. You can reason out this way also. No problem. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Moving on to the last problem from this set. Number 5. The question here is the line joining -5, 7 and -2. So I call let A is equal to this point, -5, 7, and B is equal to this point 0, -2. The line joining these 2 points is perpendicular to the line joining these 2 points. That means let us call the other points as C and D, 4x. Okay, so these 2 lines AB is perpendicular to CD. So let us find out the slope of AB first. Slope of AB, x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is minus 9 by 5. Okay, let us call this slope of AB as m1. Slope of CD. Look at the coordinates here. The slope of CD here is again y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is x plus 3 divided by 3. Let us call this as m2. This as m1. Since AB perpendicular to CD, that means what can we say? m1, m2 must be equal to -1. So that means what is m1? Minus 9 by 5. What is m2? X plus 3 by 3 is equal to -1. So you're getting a simple equation here, a linear equation. You solve this equation to get x is equal to -4 by 3. And that's your answer. Is that clear? Or any question you have? What you need to know is slope intercept form. Just a revision of all this. Slope intercept form. What is the slope intercept form? Y is equal to mx plus c. That means if you know the slope of a straight line and if you know the y-intercept of a straight line, you can find out the equation of the straight line. Next is the point slope form. What is point slope form? If you know a particular point x1 by 1, and if you know the slope, you can find out the equation of the straight line. So y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. This is the point slope form. Next is the intercept form. This is a new form which we have already discussed on the inequality, if you remember. Intercept form. Intercept form is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. This is the intercept form. Next is the 2-point form. 2-point form is if you know any 2 points on the straight line, you can find out the equation of the straight line to be y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. That is the 2-point form. You already know. Another concept that you must know here is that angle between 2 straight lines. Okay, this I don't think you have done this in class 10. Angle between 2 straight lines. Suppose if I have a straight line with slope m1, and if I have another straight line with slope m2, such that theta is the angle between them. In fact, there are 4 angles that are made between them. For the time being, let us consider this to be theta. We'll come across the other angles later. Okay, tan theta is then given by plus or minus m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. Okay, or this expression is sometimes written as mod m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. Okay, remember this, that if theta is the angle between the lines with slope m1 and slope m2, then this is the way you find out this angle between the 2 straight lines. Okay, now there is not only one angle, there are 4 angles that are made. Okay, but we will come to that problem a little later. For the time being, just remember this. Okay, so in fact here if you see, this is theta is one angle made here, What can be the other angle here? This is the other angle that is made, right? This is one angle. This angle is also theta. Okay, so there are two angles which you can see here. Okay, that is what you remember, because plus or minus sign is going to give you two angles. Next, moving on to the problems from this. Find the equation to the straight line passing through the origin and perpendicular to this. Okay, so you need to find out the equation of the straight line which passes through the origin and perpendicular to this line. So let's write this line as find out the slope of this line. The given line is x plus 2y is equal to 4. So writing this in the y is equal to mx plus c form to find out the slope. So 2y is equal to minus x plus 4. That means y is equal to minus x plus 4 divided by 2. That means y is equal to minus half x plus 4 by 2, which is 2, right? So therefore, what is the slope of, let us call this line 1. So what is the slope of 1? Let's call this as m1. Slope of 1 is minus half. Here, this one. Y is equal to mx plus c. Once you know the slope, you need to find out the line that passes, which is perpendicular to this line, right? So therefore, what is the slope of the line perpendicular to 1? Perpendicular to 1, m2 is equal to minus 1 by m1, which is equal to minus 1 by minus half, which is equal to 2, right? So this is the slope of the line that is perpendicular to this. Now, this straight line, which the equation which you need to find out, it also passes through the origin and it has slope 2. So how do you find out the straight line that has on which you know a point and whose slope you know? Use the point slope form. Hence, equation of the straight line passing through the origin 0, 0 and having slope m2 equal to 2 is y minus y1 is equal to m2 into x minus x1. Now here, remember, I am writing from the next step. I will not be writing all this. Okay. So y minus here, what is x1? What is y1? 0. What is m? This is 2, m2, and x1 is also 0. Right. So therefore, we find out the equation of this line to be y is equal to 2x. That's it. Let's solve the first part of the problem. Moving to the next part of the problem. The point this and parallel to this. Okay. So this time the given line here is how much? What is the given line here? This time the given line is 3x plus 5y, 4y is equal to 12. Let us call this 1. Okay. Now you find out the slope of this line by writing this in the y is equal to mx plus c form. So you have 4y is equal to minus 3x plus 12. That means y is equal to minus 3x plus 12 divided by 4. That means y is equal to minus 3 by 4 x plus 3, right? The slope of this is minus 3 by 4. But here you have the slope of the line that is parallel, right? You have to find out the equation of the straight line that is parallel. So slope of the line parallel to 1, m2 is equal to, this time it should be m2 is equal to m1, isn't it? Slope of the two lines must be equal, which is equal to minus 3 by 4. Hence, now this point, this straight line that we want to find out, it also passes through which point? 4, 3. So therefore, hence equation of the straight line passing through the point 4, 3 and having slope m2 equal to minus 3 by 4 is again the same point slope form. The values will be different here. Y minus y1 is 3 is equal to m2. What is the value of mt here? Minus 3 by 4 into x minus x1. x1 here is 4. So this is the required equation. But remember, always, whenever you are writing the equation of a straight line, take the x and the y's on one side, everything on one side, try to express the right hand side as 0. So that means we can simplify this to write 4y minus 12 is equal to minus 3x plus 12. Now you take, in order to make the right hand side 0, take everything to the left hand side. So minus 3x becomes plus 3x plus 4y minus 12, and this 12 when it goes this side becomes minus 12 equal to 0. So required equation of the straight line is 3x plus 4y minus 24 is equal to 0. Okay, now very interesting observation here. As I earlier also I showed you that given equation of the straight line here was 3x plus 4y, and the equation of the parallel line that we have found out was 3x plus 4y minus 24. If you notice these two equations, the coefficient of x and the coefficient of y are same here. These two equations differ only in what? Only in this. You can write this equation as 3x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. See, only this part is different. Here we have minus 12, and equation of the parallel line, other parallel line you have, here you have minus 24. So very interesting observation. We will come back to this observation a little later. But remember that any straight line in which are parallel, the x and the y coefficients will be the same. They will only differ in the constant part. Okay. So that is, you can remember this. And I don't think I have time for the others. So I'll stop here.